Still sipping on a Kenny. Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. On this final episode of 2022, we are going to be looking into the enigmatic group Parquet. This New York City-based outfit that was founded in Denton, Texas, makes music that can be best described as indie rock, art punk, and post-punk. Now, with that being said, this group finds a plethora of ways to dip their toe into as many genres as possible. And while they are definitely rooted in the indie culture, they have found brand new ways to transform their sound into something much more than just that over multiple records. Hopefully you took that news as a wonderful thing, but if you're still a little timid, I'll be recommending 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think will start you down the right path into getting into Parquet. No more chit-chatting, no more dancing around. Let's talk about the albums. The first album that you should check out from Parquet is their 2012 debut LP, Light Up Gold. Now, to say this record is groundbreaking or game-changing is rather disingenuous, but that is not a knock on this record in the slightest. Instead, it's just a really solid collection of tunes that will give you a good idea of what this group has to offer. Opening up with the song Master of My Craft, you are instantly tossed into the country-tinged world of Parquet. Their signature swagger is on full display here with a jumpy and eccentric instrumental fronting a nearly manic vocal performance. This style continues into the next song, You're No Stoner, a short track that gives off vibes that it could have been written by Jonathan Richman of the Modern Lovers. Sticking with this theme of weed, the cut Stoned and Starving is a track driven by a rudimentary percussion and bass riff. There's almost a call and response nature to the lyrics too, as the lead singer Andrew Savage tells the listener about his average day while always reverting back to the fact that he is stoned and starving. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the song Picture of Health. Acting as a cathartic release, Picture of Health is much heavier and dirtier than any of the songs that I've talked about thus far. Singing about a lost love, Savage tries to look back on a past failed relationship with rose-tinted glasses, trying to remember the best times that they had during their partnership. All in all, Light Up Gold is home to some wonderful tracks that will help you begin your journey into all that Parquet has to offer. Another great record that you should give a spin is their 2018 release, Wide Awake. This album is a huge leap forward from Light Up Gold as the band evolves into their greatest form, chock full of swagger, personability, and poignancy. Kicking off the record is the track Total Football. Goddamn, this song is so bouncy and energetic, with the source of this energy coming from both the instrumental and vocal performances. You'll feel an undying urge to sing along, especially with those last lines where Savage screams "fuck Tom Brady," which, as a Philadelphia sports fan, I must say, is pretty damn based. But hey, I'm biased, go Birds. Then there is the weird little track Freebird 2. You can take an educated guess regarding the theme and vibe of the song. And if you guess that this is basically an updated, revamped Parquet version of the classic Lynyrd Skynyrd song Freebird, well, then you'd be gosh dang correct. Another standout is the title track Wide Awake. This nifty cut is by far the most dance-focused on this LP, with the mixing putting such a heavy emphasis on the jumpy and eclectic bass. This album closes out with the heartfelt song Tenderness. Focusing mainly on the piano, this is yet another installment of the lively songs that you have come to know from Parquet. Tenderness is such an enjoyable track that warms the heart with its quaint charm. I highly recommend listening to Wide Awake if you have any intentions whatsoever of becoming a fan of this outstanding band. That does it for the album, so without further ado, it's time for the tracks. The first Parquet song that you should listen to is Instant Disassembly from the 2014 record Sunbathing Animal. Clocking in at over 7 minutes, this track is a bit of a slow burner. The twangy guitar riff is absolutely sublime, feeling like a sunset over a sprawling prairie. It's a real cowboy tune, almost urging the listener to bust out that bottle of liquor that they said they wouldn't touch anymore. Instant Disassembly isn't some indie rock hit, but it is still a damn good tune that is enjoyable throughout the entire track. Another great song to check out is Pretty Machines from their 2015 LP, Constant Nausea. It kicks off with this distinct guitar riff that will leave you begging for more. The track as a whole sounds particularly good to begin with, but it really is that lead guitar that just pulls everything together. The lyrics are great too, as Savage points out the unhealthy relationships that we have with the devices that consume our everyday activities. This is a rockin' cut that will be sure to have you swaying along as you go. And last but not least, you need to listen to Berlin Got Blurry from the 2016 album Human Performance. Immediately you're gifted with the beautiful noise of the twangy guitar sputtering out what feels like an old western ballad. Savage's vocals are as groovy as ever on Berlin Got Blurry, evolving ever so close to the sound that you've become accustomed to on Wide Awake. There are a bunch of really good songs on Human Performance, but this track in particular is fairly accessible to anybody looking for a bumping tune. Now, as of this point, Parquet Courts do have a rather lengthy discography to sift through, so we're going to be doing another edition of Rapid Fire where I just name off a couple of songs that I think you should check out. Not going to give any description or anything like that, just a couple songs that I do think you should listen to. I want to recommend You've Got Me Wondering Now from Tally All the Things That You Broke, Poverty and Obedience from Monastic Living, Plant Life from Sympathy for Living, and Watching Strangers Smile from the single Watching Strangers Smile. And now I must conclude this video on Parquet Courts. All of the albums and tracks that I've discussed here will be located in the video description box below. If you scroll down a little bit further, you can head down to the comments where you can let me know if you enjoyed this video. Maybe you're a brand new fan of Parquet Courts and you thought that I did a good job recommending you albums and tracks. Maybe you're a dedicated fan who thought that I really just screwed the pooch on this one. Whatever it is, head down there, let me know. Just be active, talk. I'll respond, I always do. You can also suggest any artists you'd like to see covered on this channel. As I always say, I have a backlog of videos ready to be put up at a moment's notice, so if you don't see your suggestion right away, calm down. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I will probably try to get to it at some point. You can subscribe for more videos just like this every single week, along with shows like Stacks of Wax, where I go through my record collection once a month and just really show off what I got. Think about my checklist for a second here. I think I covered everything. Check out Backlit Magazine. I know they didn't sponsor this episode, but check them out. Their first issue comes out in February of 2023. Speaking of 2023, holy shit, this is the last video of 2022. Thank you for sticking around this year. It means a lot. Great growth this year for the channel. Feels good. Makes me feel good. Hopefully it makes you feel good too. And if not, I don't know, I can't really help you. This is for me more than it is for you. So yeah, that'll do it. Be sure to support your local record store along with the local artists in your area. And until I see you next time in 2023, happy listening.